rivalry renewed, reimagined, and reborn. The Queen's Derby. The Moon City Mavericks 2-0, the Springfield Metropolitans 1-1. It's survival in the city. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance. We welcome you in to U.S. Baseball Park in Ozark, Missouri, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League and the site of yet another exciting GRBL Sunday triple-header. We begin with the Queen's Derby. The Springfield Metropolitans are at the Moon City Mavericks. Then coming up at 3 o'clock, the Nixa Suckers have a non-divisional game. They are 2-0, going up against the 0-2 Republic Locos. At 6 o'clock on Baseball Night in the Ozarks, we bring you the winless Ozark Mountain Ducks against the exciting rookie pitcher Tyler Abma and the 1-1 Branson Showman. It's all coming at you. What should be a dandy of a day this week 3 of the 7-game regular season that lasts from now until October the 1st. Quick programming note for those of you who are diehard followers of Grip and Rip Baseball: we will take the Labor Day holiday off, so there will be no baseball here at U.S. Baseball Park, at least no Grip and Rip Baseball next Sunday. At the conclusion of today's games, we won't see you back here until Sunday, September 10th, where we will play a triple-header with games again at noon, 3, and 6. So this is the last chance headed into the break. Moon City Mavericks would like to be 3-0 as they celebrate the Labor Day holiday. And today's game features a matchup of 2 of the all-time greatest pitchers to ever lace them up and toe the rubber here in this league. We begin with the Moon City Mavericks. They're the home team on the board today. And they will start the 39-year-old right-hander originally from Columbia, Illinois, who now calls Springfield, Missouri home. Andy Galle played his collegiate baseball at Southwestern Illinois College in Granite City in Illinois before going on to Indiana State University. Led the Sycamores in strikeouts with 70 of them in 2005. He graduated in 2006 and then spent a summer season in the independent minor league professional Frontier League. Pitched 8 2/3 innings for the Gateway Grizzlies, had a 5.19 ERA, and then made what he called at the time one of the hardest decisions he'd ever made in his life. Walked away from professional baseball and took a job in the heavy equipment industry working for Fabic Cat. But baseball was not over for Andy Galle, who soon found himself playing close to home in the Montclair League, where he played for Waterloo, Illinois in that league. In the Montclair, suburban St. Louis, almost all of the teams are on the Illinois side of the Mississippi River. It's a long-running amateur baseball league with a very storied past. But in 2016, Galle was living in Springfield, Missouri, and that is when he found the chance to play here in the GRBL. He was one of the original 60. He played for Grip and Rip Red, the team that finished as the runners-up to Grip and Rip Black in the year where the league had 4 teams and was a lot more experimental and a lot less polished than the product you see out on the field today. Galle then was a manager in the Grip and Rip League for 3 seasons before he stopped filling out the lineup cards and decided to just concentrate on playing in 2020. And what a player he has been. Inducted into the GRBL Hall of Fame a season ago. Thought about riding off into the sunset when he won the Howard Bell Trophy as a member of the Springfield Metropolitans, but he is back out here. Came into the season with 160 1/3 innings pitched here in the GRBL, 39 earned runs, 179 strikeouts to just 17 walks. So that 10-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio is certainly something Andy Galle prides himself on. Career ERA was 2.19 headed into this season. So far with Moon City, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and a walk. And in his last outing, last Sunday night against the Ozark Mountain Ducks, he was perfect. 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down. No earned runs, no hits, no strikeouts, no walks. 3 perfect innings for Andy Galle riding into today's game. Opposite Galle, it will be Chris Matlock going for the Moon City for the Springfield Metropolitans, rather, fresh off of a career day in his own that saw him record the 100th strikeout of his Grip and Rip career. Matlock coming into this thing, 110 innings pitched, 30 earned runs, 92 hits, 102 strikeouts to 19 walks. He's pitched 3 innings for the Mets so far this season, and helped them prevail in victory a week ago to get their first win. So the career ERA for Chris Matlock here in the GRBL sits at 2.45. He is from Springfield, Missouri, 37 years old, went to Glendale High School, got out and went to Longview Community College in Kansas City, and then played at NCAA Division II, University of Central Missouri, where he was selected as a Daktronics All-American in 2008, and then was the Division II Pitcher of the Year by the American Baseball Coaches Association in 2009, going 25 consecutive innings without allowing a run. He was picked by the Texas Rangers in the 2009 Major League Baseball entry draft. Spent a season at Low A, Spokane, Washington. Was in Double-A training camp in the spring of 2010 when he suffered an injury and never did get to make that regular season debut with the Frisco Rough Riders. He was released rather unceremoniously, but along the way at Central Missouri, he studied accounting and financial management and has made a career in that. He's now in the timeshare industry, but broke into the GRBL in 2017. Won a championship in 2019 with Justin Skinner's Henry's Towing High Rollers. Played for the Mets in 2020, the Mountain Ducks in 2021, and then the Moon City Mavericks in 2022. So, effectively, managers in this game, Brock Chaffin and Daniel England, swapped veteran starting pitchers. So it is now Galle with the Mavericks and Matlock with the Metropolitans. That's going to be difficult to keep straight throughout the day. Let's meet the starters for both teams, beginning with the Springfield Metropolitans. Visitors on the board today in blue jerseys with orange numerals and orange and white trim. Mets are breaking out the alternates for this one. They will lead off their center fielder, also a GRBL Hall of Famer, the league's all-time leader in hits, Skylar Carter. Batting second is the left fielder, flyboy Jared Brashler. Batting second, the right fielder, number 7, Harrison Waters. Batting fourth, the first baseman, the only rookie on this Mets club, number 10, Tyler Rusk. Batting fifth is the extra hitter, that is the Mets manager, Brock Chaffin. Batting in the sixth spot is the third baseman, wearing number 9, Mark Blem. Batting seventh is the shortstop. He wears number 8, two-time Grip and Rip Baseball League MVP award winner Clay Murphy. Hitting in the 8th spot is the second baseman, number 5, Ben Hammett. Batting ninth will be the pitcher, Chris Matlock. And batting 10th is the catcher, Robert Fackrell, getting the start today after starting catcher for the Mets, Michael Easter, suffered an injury a week ago. Talked to Chaffin about Easter's status, and Brock said, Mike is fine, Mike's going to be fine, we're going to effectively rest him today, let him get the Labor Day holiday break, and then bring him back for the guts of the season in September. Moon City Mavericks will lead off with their second baseman, a rookie from Hartville, Missouri, number 8, Tyler Collison. Batting second, another rookie, he's the left fielder from Willard, Nick Hooper. Batting third, the center fielder. He wears number 21, Joey Franchise, Joe Emery. Batting fourth, a guy whose stock is up, up, up. He's the shortstop, number 12, Harrison Broadstreet. Batting fifth is the third baseman, number 7, former Atlanta Braves farmhand Brady Welsh. Hitting in the 6th spot, Mavericks leader in RBIs with 3 in 2 games. He is the first baseman, number 13, Michael Barnes. Batting in the 7th spot is the right fielder. Back with the club this week, that is Jamar Averyhart. Batting 8th, the extra hitter who's been on a bit of a tear of his own, the Virginian, Lance Kennedy. Batting 9th is the pitcher, Andy Galle, and in the 10th spot is the catcher. He wears number 6 from Springfield, Missouri, Evan Barnett. Quick check of the weather. Looks good. It's cloudy right now in Ozark, Missouri. Temperature hanging around 75 degrees. Winds, oddly enough, are out of the north-northeast at about 11 miles per hour. That is pretty rare to have wind coming out of that direction in this part of the world, but nevertheless, we're living in it. Forecasted high for today's game is just 79 degrees. Relative humidity is going to drop as the day goes on. Right now it's at 78, so a little bit sticky out there. And I can report the barometer at 29.96 inches of mercury. Falling ever so slightly, but not falling to the point where we're expecting a downpour or anything like that. bottom line is it's a good day. Not too sunny, not too hot. Get yourself out to Ozark and catch some baseball. We will bring you the first pitch when we come back. It is Grip and Rip Baseball. The Sunday triple header. Mavericks and Mets are next.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Chapter in the Queen City rivalry between the Springfield Metropolitans and the Moon City Mavericks just about set to go. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance. We welcome you in to Ozark, Missouri's U.S. Baseball Park, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League since 2016. Mets and Mavericks in a GRBL North Division tilt, carrying about its serious playoff implications. It's the first meeting of two in this regular season between these two clubs. They are scheduled to meet again, incidentally enough, also a high noon showdown set for September 24th, with this first leg just moments away here. Andy Galle has the ball for the Moon City Mavericks. Made the switch from baby blue jerseys to bright red this year. We'd like to thank Elite Promotions, official outfitter of all 6 Grip and Rip Baseball League teams. And correspondingly, one of the clubs we'll see a bit later today, the Nixa Suckers, made a uniform switch. They had red jerseys. They have switched to a navy blue. So coming up at 3 o'clock today, you'll see the 2-0 Nixa Suckers against the 0-2 Republic Locos. At 6 o'clock tonight, baseball night in the Ozarks, will be the Ozark Mountain Ducks against the Branson Showmen. But 2 unbeatens stand atop the GRBL standings headed into today. And there may be 2 unbeaten teams when the day is over, or there could be none. That is the fun of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Today's umpires, behind the plate calling the balls and strikes, Rene Jalbert, and in the field, Bo Campbell will be on the bases. I'd like to thank the Mid-America Umpires Union for being the only group we contract with for umpiring services throughout the year. These guys have a lot of fun coming out here announcing umpiring in the GRBL rather, And we appreciate the work that they do. Here's Skylar Carter standing in for the Springfield Metropolitans. He looked at a Stierreich. It's going to take some getting used to with the Mets in these blue jerseys. It's the first time they have broken those out, ever. This is a brand new look, fresh out of the box. Carter swung and missed there. He's 0-2. Came into today 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Swings and drives this one. It is lifted in the air into right. That is back one hop, and it is off the wall in right center field. Carter thinking about 3, and he's going to get there no problem. The helmet came off, but a stand-up triple for the Grip and Rip League's all-time leader in base hits. That, folks, was his 69th career hit, and he did it at a good time. Metropolitans immediately with a man in scoring position. Skylar Carter. So he is on for Jared Brashler, the commercial pilot from Ozark, Missouri, originally from Branson, but played his high school ball in Bolivar. There's a flare out into right. Avery Hart dives. He's not going to get there. 1 run scores for the Mets. Jamar racing back to get the ball. Brashler turns for second. He's going for third, and he is safe. So just like that, back-to-back base hits. 1-0. Metropolitans out in front. I was about to say Jared Brashler is in a slump, but not anymore. He's got himself an RBI. His first hit of 2023 is a big one. 51st of his career, by the way. Here's Harrison Waters coming in hot. 4 for 7 on the season with an RBI. A triple, 4 runs scored. He has also struck out once and walked once. So 36 career hits for Harrison Waters. Would like to get somewhere around the 50 mark by the time this season is over. He would have 9 or 10 games perhaps to try to equal or better his total from a year ago, 16 hits in 10 games, which tied a league record. Harrison Waters is behind here, 1-2. Galle rocks and deals. That was off speed, swung on, fouled off into the Mavericks dugout, first base side. Waters from Republic, Missouri. Went to college all 4 years at Drury University in Springfield. Even up 2-2 here, nobody out. Runner on third is Brashler for the Mets. And he tried a curveball. That did not curve. So we are full up, 3-2. Top of the first. Well, now we are full up, 3-2. Misread the umpire's fingers. My apologies there. Next pitch from Galle is a fastball swung on left side. The shortstop Broadstreet up with it, and Waters is out, but Brashler comes in to score. So 2-0 for the Mets. And it's an RBI for Harrison Waters. Cleans the sheets for Tyler Rusk. Rookie out of Sedalia. The only true newcomer on this Springfield Metropolitans roster. Their skip, Brock Chaffin, wanted a club that largely brought a lot of experience to the table, but Tyler Rusk had great preseason workouts, had a great tryout, and he was just too good to pass up in the draft. He's behind here 0-2. This is his first look at Andy Galle ever. But Tyler Rusk 3 for 4, so hitting .750 with a couple of runs batted in. He's also scored 3. So a promising start. Let that one go outside. So Rusk went to Cole Camp High School in Cole Camp, Missouri. Up in Benton County. I don't think anyone goes to Cole Camp by accident. No shade on the place. So Rusk is out, strikeout, dropped third strike, but first strikeout of the day for Andy Galle. So that puts 2 outs on the board, and it brings up Brock Chaffin. He's 2 for 4 with a run scored. Lives in Springdale, Arkansas, but originally from Stoutland, Missouri. Swings and chops this one right side. Collison, the second baseman, with it for the Mavericks, and that gets the out. So, Andy Galle settles in and gets some outs, but not before. Springfield Metropolitans strike and strike hard. Skylar Carter and Jared Brashler with back-to-back triples, and then Harrison Waters grounded into an RBI of his own. That makes the score Mets 2, Mavericks nothing. We go to the bottom of the first right after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome!
So the right-hander from Springfield, Missouri, Chris Matlock, has the ball for the Springfield Metropolitans and will pitch from the place of a 2-0 lead after the Mets strike early with the top of the order. So 2-0 Mets out in front of the Mavericks here, bottom of the first. It will be Tyler Collison, Nick Hooper, and Joey Franchise Joe Emery for the Space Cowboys, who are in a hole here early, looking to break out and even the score. Sun has peeked out through the clouds here. So much for a nice overcast day, but I think after the 100-degree weather we enjoyed last Sunday, you know, this nice pleasant day in the upper 70s with a little breeze is very well welcomed. With the way the ballpark is oriented here with the winds out of the northeast, it's mostly a third base to first base kind of breeze. However, is blowing out slightly in kind of a weird wind direction. We don't get a lot of wind out of the northeast here. If we get a northerly wind, it is almost always from the west, so a little something different. But in Missouri, players are very accustomed to playing baseball with at least a 10-mile-per-hour wind. Here's Tyler Collison, swung and chased a slider there. He's down 0-1. Lil Murph, as he is known for his striking resemblance to his counterpart over on the Springfield Metropolitans, Clay Murphy. Collison out of Hartville, Missouri, lives in Marshfield today. Went to Evangel University. He's 2 for 9 with a double this season. 1-1 here to Matlock. Looked at a slider for a strike, and we can expect a steady diet of that from the right-hander Chris Matlock. Usually brings it from a 3/4 or even a sidearm angle sometimes, but it can be very, very tricky for right-handed batters to get a feel for how that ball is going to break. Collison moved his hips back out of the way that time as Matlock ran it inside. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss there. Down on strikes goes Tyler Collison. So 2-0. Springfield Metropolitans in front. It is the bottom of the first with one away. Here is the left fielder, Nick Hooper, from Willard, Missouri. Went to Lubbock Christian University, primarily a pitcher, but has been swinging it pretty well for Moon City. 2 for 9 thus far with a double. He was Moon City's player of the game week 1. Missed big on a changeup there. So he's in the hole here, 0-2. Gets the crafty vet Chris Matlock. Moved it outside, and that's a slider. Not sure what that was. Okay, it's 1-2. Misspoke on the first pitch. It was a ball, not a strike. So here's the 1-2. Hooper swings. It's one of those days. I'm going to have to watch the umpire's hands closely. Sorry about that, folks. 1-2. That's on me. That is not on the plate umpire, Rene Jalbert. Another slider. Hooper sat back. This is grounded to the shortstop. Murphy fires! No, not in time. Nick Hooper hustled down the line and beat the throw. Tough play for Murphy, who rifled it, but the baseball did not arrive in the first baseman Tyler Rusk's mitt in time. So it's an infield single for the Hoop Daddy, and he is on for Joey Franchise, Joe Emery, Truman State's own. The exercise physiologist is 3 for 8. That pitch got away from the catcher Fackrell. And so Hooper moves up to second base. He's in scoring position. Big chance here for the Mavericks, trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the first. The 1-0, that's a slider up and out, make it 2-0. So Joe Emery on pace to absolutely smash his hit total from a season ago. He was 9 for 24 for Moon City in 2022. Already has 3 hits here in 2023, just 2 games in. It's a 3-0 count. Matlock with the get-me-over slider. That's in there for a strike. So that makes it 3-1, 1 out runner on second. Chris looks back at the runner Hooper, now comes home, and he missed low and away. Joe Emery takes the walk, and that puts men on first and second. For a guy on a hot streak, Harrison Broadstreet, the stand-up comic out of Springfield, Missouri, 4 for 8 with 4 singles, an RBI, a run scored. He's also been hit. So, batting average at 500, OBP bigger than that. Looked at the first pitch outside for a ball. Broadstreet has been in the league since 2018. He's ahead 2-0 here. Matlock attacked high. Harrison did not chase up the ladder. So here's a hitter's count, 3-0. Runners are on first and second. Nobody out for the Mavericks, trailing by 2. Slider caught the outer half for a strike. Matlock attacked the middle that time. It looked like a fastball. He doesn't throw a lot of those, but it was an aggressive pitch. Broadstreet fouled it off, so the count is now full. See if they set up that slider outside again. Payoff pitch. No, they attacked in. Broadstreet swung and fouled it off, so we'll do it again. That was a nice pitch from Chris Matlock. And you know, that's what makes him so good, is that fearlessness to attack with the slider inside against right-handed hitters, knowing he can throw it for a strike. Here's the 3-2, same pitch. Harrison sends this one into the stratosphere, into center field. Skylar Carter settles under it and makes the catch. Runner Hooper tags up and digs for third. Yes, sir. On his stomach, he's safe. So 2 outs. Runners are on first and third. The batter is the third baseman, Brady Welsh, Marshfield, Missouri. He's 3 for 6 with a couple of doubles and 3 runs batted in. He's also scored 2. Just 1 strikeout for Brady so far this year. He's got 22 hits in this, his third season in the league. So Welsh returning to form. He had 14 hits as a member of the Nixa Suckers a season ago, cooled off, managed just 5 with Moon City in 2022. On pace to definitely do better this time. Matlock missed inside, and the runner Emery took off and stole second base. So with 2 away, Mavericks have moved 2 men into scoring position, and Brady Welsh is ahead 2-0 in the count. Matlock goes up and in. No. And so here's another 3-0. Mavericks have been finding their ways into some favorable hitters' counts so far. That's out, and he walked him. So the bases are loaded. So 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Mikey B, as he is known, or nicknamed, out of Springfield, Missouri. Swinging a good bat so far, 3 for 5, with 2 batted in. Swings and chops this one to third. Blem makes the catch for Springfield, and Mark Blem steps on the bag to get the Metropolitans out of the inning. So Chris Matlock was in a jam. Mark Blem made the catch and got him out of it. 2-0. Springfield Mets lead the Moon City Mavericks. Back with the second inning after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Andy Galle back out for the Moon City Mavericks, who trail 2-0. Springfield Metropolitans will send up the bottom half of the order this inning. It'll be Mark Blem, Clay Murphy, and Ben Hammett, and then we would see the pitcher Chris Matlock, should anyone reach base safely. So Mark Blem off to a hot start since coming over to the Springfield Mets in the draft. Spent his last 3 seasons with the Ozark Mountain Ducks, but so far with the Dark Empire, the Springfield Mets, Mark Blem 3 for 6. He's batted in 3 runs and scored 1. He's got 27 hits in a GRBL career that began in 2018. And Mark Blem, great example at age 39 of what can be done with some hard work and dedication. He has really moved from being the guy who came in and was made to be a role player for his first couple of years. I remember as a rookie he pitched a little bit, and then he largely served as a designated hitter. He'd occasionally get trotted out to go play in the outfield. 2019 won a championship with the Henry's Towing High Rollers, largely used as a relief pitcher that season, only batted 5 times, but posted a 2.7 ERA. And really 2020 was the breakout for Mark Blem, who became an everyday third baseman for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Has gone away from pitching as it's gone on, but has found his way as a reliable defender and an offensive producer, although not that time, as Andy Galle struck him out. So 1 away. Here is Clay Murphy. 2-time Most Valuable Player Award winner, is 2 for 9 on the campaign. Make that 2 for 10 as he hits it into the glove of the right fielder, Jamar Averyhart, who hauls it down for the Mavs. Like Jamar lost his sunglasses, but caught the baseball, so all good in the outfield for Jamar Averyhart. He's now, I think, getting a little good-natured ribbing from his partner out there, Joe Emery. So 2 away, nobody on. Ben Hammett bats for the Mets. Hammett looking for his first hits of the campaign. Kind of a do-everything guy, Swiss Army knife. He has played just about every position on the diamond at some point in his grip and rip career, including catcher. Don't know that we'll see him catch for the Metropolitans this year. We have seen him pitch already. He can play outfield, and with the Springfield Mets, who are loaded with talent in the outfield, Brock Chaffin has moved Hammett to being the club's starting second baseman. That is the value of versatility. No matter what, there's always a place for Ben Hammett in a lineup. 2-1 here, swings and chops this one, steps over the ball as it goes into foul territory, and Galle will touch it up. So we will go back and reset. It'll be 2-2. Hammett has to jog all the way back to the dish. Taking a short stop for a little trash talk, it looked like. So 2 outs, Mets ahead by 2 runs in the second inning. The number 2 running wild here at US Baseball Park. 2-2. Fastball to Hammett is low, and the count is full. Galle could make it a quick inning here. Kicks and deals. Ran that one over the plate. No. Oh boy. That is a walk. Yes, sir. Mavericks thought they had the third out, but that is a walk to Ben Hammett, and he is on for Chris Matlock. Matlock so far for the Mets, 1 for 2 with the bat in his hand. Has 1 strikeout. He was 7 for 14 with Moon City a season ago. Got himself some batting gloves and everything. That's off of Broad Street. Young Doug settles down. The throw across, not in time. Safe is the call after a boot and a recovery, but it is going to be an E6. 2 aboard for the Mets, who will send on a courtesy runner for Chris Matlock. It's going to be Justin Loudon. Here is Robert Fackrell, minus the long flowing hair. And there is an explanation for that. I had to ask Robert, dude, what happened? And Fackrell works in the restaurant industry, and what he told me was, I got a new job as a kitchen manager at a different restaurant with the stipulation that I had to cut my hair, and the incentive with the new job was good enough that he took it. So gone is the beautiful flowing blonde hair that once graced the top of Robert Fackrell's head. Now looks a lot more buttoned up under that blue batting helmet. Mets catcher looked at a strike there from Galle, who's gone to the stretch. Fackrell caught Galle, actually, back when the two of them were members of the Branson Showmen in 2021. Swing and a foul ball. Way over. Somebody's going to score 50 cents off that deal from the Bank of Missouri. So 1-2 for Fackrell with 2 away, 2 runners on. And a 2-run lead for the Mets. Reaches out and sends this one to first. Michael Barnes traps it, steps on the bag, and that is the 3rd out. So the Mets strand a couple, but still maintain the lead. 2-0. Mavericks will try to answer on the other side of this break in the bottom of the 2nd.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Robert Fackrell heads behind the plate, running the kitchens at the Dolly Parton Stampede, where they crank out whole fried chickens and all kinds of other stuff. Chris Matlock back to the hill, protecting a 2-0 lead for the Springfield Metropolitans. We're in the bottom of the second. It'll be bottom part of the order for the Mavericks: Jamar Avery-Hart, Lance Kennedy, and Andy Galle. We will see Evan Barnett pick up the stick should one of his teammates manage to reach. So here's Jamar Avery-Hart, native of Griffith, Indiana, missed last week's game. He was in Chicago attending a wedding. 0 for 1 so far for the campaign is Jamar, a walk and a strikeout. Showed bunts, pulled it back, and then looked at a steerike on the slider. So Jamar Avery-Hart, 33 years old, out of Trine University, that's in Indiana, but moved to Springfield, accepting work in the field of human resources. Down 0-2, Matlock, slider out. Avery-Hart kept the bat on the shoulder. So we'll do a 1-2. Make that 2-2. It's twice now Matlock has tried to get Avery-Hart to chase outside, and then he runs one in. Avery-Hart sat back, one hop, and then it got kicked. Tyler Rusk, the first baseman. Initially, I thought he was about to make a spectacular play, and then the ball popped loose. Nevertheless, that's going to be scored, an infield single for Jamar. It's kind of one of those, that ball had a lot of spin. It was a slider. Avery-Hart sat back. It was coming in, took kind of an inside-out cut. Tyler Rusk just couldn't quite get it in the trapper. So Avery-Hart is on for Lance Kennedy. There's a check throw. Native of Roanoke, Virginia. Off to a great start his rookie year in the GRBL. He's 3 for 5. 3 doubles for Lance Kennedy. So not only is he hitting, he's hitting for extra bases. He's also batted in a couple of runs. He's been hit by a pitch once and does have a strikeout. 1-0 from Matlock. That's a steerike in. Avery-Hart's going to take off and swipe second base without incident. So Jamar Avery-Hart into scoring position for Kennedy, who's now in a 1-1 count. Rookie slugger against the veteran. Way in, Kennedy swung, and that's hit. Blem, bare hands, the throw to first. No, it brought Rusk off the bag, and so Kennedy is safe. Got to applaud the effort there from Mark Blem. Reacted in the moment and decided to go for the bare hand catch and throw. But Tyler Rusk at 6'6", I believe he goes, was not able to keep that back foot on the bag. So that puts Mavericks on first and third for the pitcher, Andy Galle, trying to help his own cause. Looks at a ball out. Gotta love it. Both of these teams electing to let the pitchers hit today. The boys came to eat. 1-0 pitch, swung on, lifted way back into center field. Carter on a dead run makes the catch at the track. Avery Hart will tag up and score, and the Mavericks are on the board, 2-1. They trail the Mavericks. A sacrifice fly off the bat of Andy Galle. So Evan Barnett bats next. Runner on first is Lance Kennedy. Still 1 out, so good opportunity here for the Mavericks to continue the rally. The 0-1 pitch ran in to make it 1-1. Check swing from Barnett. Mets tried to appeal. No dice, says Bo Campbell, the field umpire. I think that was obviously a pretty good call. 2-1. Matlock from the belt. That did catch the outer half for a strike, and we're even. 3 hits for the Mavericks. They loaded the bases and stranded them. An inning ago, Barnett lines one. That's down. Carter's going to cut it and stop it from going to the wall. Kennedy on the run. He will slide into third, and Barnett retreats back to first as Murphy runs the ball in. So a single for Evan Barnett. Very nice piece for the Mavericks catcher, his second hit of 2023. So first and third, 1 away for Tyler Collison. Just needs something to the right side, and this could be a tie ball game. Little Murph grounds it to the second baseman. Mets are going to try to turn 2. They did it. 4-6-3, so they get out of the jam. Well, I said something to the right side. I guess I did not specify not a double play ball. So 2-1 is what the score will remain. Springfield Mets keep the lead by turning 2. Hammett to Murphy to Rusk. And the Dark Empire keeps the lead. Back with inning number 3.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
We certainly thank Central Bank Company for sponsoring live streaming coverage of Grip and Rip Baseball here on YouTube all season long. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities. Skylar Carter took a daddy hack there. He tripled out into right center field his first time up. Galle sent him a fastball for a strike, and it is quickly 0-2 to the Metropolitans' second baseman. Or check that, the Metropolitans' center fielder. Don't know why I said second base. So Carter now 3 for 3 for the campaign. Watched a ball go into the dirt there. Former MVP, Gold Glove Award winner, and he made an out for the first time in 2023. Hot shot back to the pitcher Galle, who handled it and made the flip to Michael Barnes for the out. It's going to bring up Jared Brashler. Has a triple and an RBI today. Has 51 hits in his GRBL career. A year ago with the Mets was 10 for 42 with 5 RBI. Had a .304 on base percentage. Galle bounced one there. It's going to go back to the screen. So 1-0. Mavericks fielders playing Brashler pretty well straight away, and the outfielders actually taking a couple of steps in. Even with just a bit of a breeze at the hitter's back. Swung on, grounded left side. Welsh, the third baseman, is up with it. Throws an absolute dart over to Michael Barnes for the out. It's going to bring up Harrison Waters. Waters 0 for 1. Makes him 4 for 8, so Harry's average falls to 500. He's a commercial videographer and content creator. Worked for a nuclear energy company in North Carolina for 7 years, moved back to Springfield in 2020, and that was the same year that he hooked on with the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Swung and missed there. Waters fanned it big. Both of the middle infielders for the Mavs have moved up heels to the grass. Doesn't matter. Waters puts one into left field in front of Nick Hooper, but that is a single and a base hit. So the hitting continues for Harrison Waters. Now has 5 in 3 games, and he is aboard for Tyler Rusk. Rusk struck out first time up. Swung and missed there. Looked like a 4-seam fastball just tailing down in the zone. So Galle being aggressive with the powerful rookie. Chopper to the third baseman. Welsh throws over to second, and Collison had to reach back, but he made the snag to get the out. So a 5-3 fielder's choice ends the inning. We're going to the bottom of the third. It is Springfield Metropolitans 2, Moon City Mavericks 1, with the Mavs coming to bat right after this.
If you and I knew plumbing, you and I would never need to call United Plumbing, UNITED. But you and I can't fix a pipe or a faucet filled with lime, so we always call United, and they're there right on time. You and I once tried it, then decided to call United, treating you and I the way you and I would want to be. So call United Plumbing, UNITED. United Plumbing.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Nick Hooper, Joe Emery, Harrison Broadstreet, scheduled batters for Moon City this inning. Bottom of the third, the score, Springfield Mets 2, Moon City Mavs 1. Space Cowboys came back and scored 1 in the bottom of the second, a sacrifice fly to center field by the pitcher Andy Galle. So that is how we got to the 2-1 score. Chris Matlock's first pitch to Nicholas Hooper is outside for ball one. Hooper reached by way of an infield single his first time. Swings and fouls this one back. Way back. That is going to stay in the park. It is off the very top wall of the concession stand on the first base side. So that means somebody's about to score 50 cents, courtesy of the Bank of Missouri. There's a steerike thrown to Hooper. Chris Matlock sticking with the bread and butter sliders. Inner half, outer half. Here's the 1-2. Took a little something off there. Hooper sat back, but he fouled it off. First base side got to it late. So we'll do the 1-2 again. Another breaking pitch. That is swung on and lined into center field. Nicholas Hooper with his second hit of the day is a very nice piece off of Chris Matlock. Single into center field, and he is on once again for Joe Emery. Works for Mercy Sports Medicine. Good guy to know if you happen to be having, I don't know, back pain that comes with being a 30-something-year-old. That was grounded back to Matlock, who threw to second base. Murphy, the shortstop, stepped on the bag, and then Emery is called safe at first, much to the dismay of the Springfield Metropolitans, who thought they had turned a double play. Instead, that's going in the book as a 1-6 fielder's choice, and it is the first out. Here's Harrison Broadstreet. So Street is now 4 for 9. Make that 5-4-10. Sat on the first pitch and sent it out into left. Pretty as you please. The hit parade continues for young Doug. 5 hits in 3 games and counting. It's first and second with 1 out for Brady Welsh, Mavericks third baseman. He walked first time. That's looking promising out into right. Back goes Waters. He makes the catch. Great play by the Mavericks right fielder. Runner Emery does tag up in advance. So it is first and third, but that is also the second out. Michael Barnes is 0 for 1. He's been here before today. Batted with the bases loaded in the first. Came away empty-handed. Matlock sent him the slider. That was at the letters for a steerike. 0-1 to Michael Barnes. Reaches out and sends this one. That is tailing down foul. Waters on the run. No, he did not make the catch. Oh, goodness. Harrison Waters thought he had pulled off a magic trick, but the ball came out. So Michael Barnes breathes a heavy sigh of relief. He will get to go again. 0-2. 2 away. Runners are on the corners. Moon City trails by a run in the bottom of the third. Chris Matlock from the belt. Off speeder, swung on. This is lifted. That's going to stay on the infield. Hammett, the second baseman, camps out and makes the catch. So the threat once again neutralized, and the Springfield Mets maintain a 2-1 lead. We'll go to the fourth.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
So Brock Chaffin bats for the Mets. Andy Galle on to start the fourth for Moon City. That means he's going to get the 3+ designation today. But I have to tell you about the feat of athleticism I just saw during the Lambert's throwed roll toss. Brock Chaffin lifts this one in the air, way back, gone. A bomb for Brock Chaffin, the bread story. Interrupted because Brock Chaffin just sent one all the way out of the air for the Springfield Metropolitans, uncorking a bomb to right center field, and the Mets lead 3-1. Solo shot off the bat of Brock Chaffin. All right, so back to the bread story. Commissioner Tony Lewis throwing out Lambert's throwed rolls because it's the Lambert's throwed roll inning. Tony's down on the middle concourse, third base side. Mark Blim puts this one in the air into right center field. I'm just not going to get to tell this story. That's off the wall. Quick throw in from Emery will keep Blim at second base. But that is back-to-back big shots by Mets batters. A double off the wall for Blim. Clay Murphy batting. Please take a pitch so I can tell the roll story, Clay. So Tony Lewis, in a very impressive throw, hurled a Lambert's roll from the middle concourse all the way down onto the field where the Mets third base coach Chandler Veet was standing in the third base coach's box and caught the roll in his helmet. Now that was impressive enough, but Veet then proceeded to flip the roll over to the Mavericks third baseman Brady Welsh, who caught the hot roll in his glove, pulled it out, took a bite, and then threw the roll back to Chandler Veet. It was the picture of power and precision plus carbo loading. Ground ball left side. Harrison Broadstreet's going to eat that, and so Clay Murphy is safe. E6. So the runner Blim stays put. He's at second. Brady Welsh with a little bit of extra butter and maybe some sorghum in his glove over there at third. Ben Hammett steps up to bat for the Mets. They now lead 3-1 after that solo bomb off the bat of their skip, Brock Chaffin. Galle comes home. This one is swung on and lifted by Hammett way back. Emery reaches up and makes the catch. And he's got one of those you don't run on that arms. That's going to keep Blim stuck at second base once again. That is just the first out of the inning. The fireworks been flying all over. Sky Bacon style for the Springfield Metropolitans. Chris Matlock swung and chased. Slider for a strike from the right-hander Andy Galle. Chris looked at ball one that time. So Matlock reached on an error. That's a base hit, however. Into left field it goes. Mets will hold the runner, electing not to test the arm of the left fielder Nick Hooper. Nonetheless, Chris Matlock has his second hit of 2023. 2 hits in 2 games. The bases are juiced. 1 away. This is Jerry Kelly running for the pitcher Matlock for the Mets, and Robert Fackrell, the catcher. Grounded out to first last time. Good opportunity to score your first hit right here, Rob. Team up 3-1. Base hit could blast this thing wide open. That is out into right, and that is down. 1 run scores. That's Blim. Mets send another. A slide. No, and then the ball ejects from the Mets. So Murphy is safe at home. It is 5-1 for the Springfield Mets. A 2 RBI base hit for Robert Fackrell. A 4-run lead for the Dark Empire over their rivals, the Moon City Mavericks. So Justin Loudon is going to come on to run for Fackrell, allowing him to get the catcher's gear on. Still 1 out. Runners are on second and third for Skylar Carter. 1 for 2 today with a triple. Inside out swing, that's fouled off. Carter now 3 for 4. Looked at a strike there on the outer half. This is a left-hander Carter against the righty Galle. Here comes the 0-2. Whoa! That hit him. So Carter gets the free pass the hard way. A couple of Hall of Famers exchange words there. Looked like everything was on the up and up. Galle took off the cap and a little show of sportsmanship there. So that loads the bases for Jared Brashler, who broke out of a slump with a triple to right field in the first. He is 1 for 2 today. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a curveball with no curve sends Brashler ducking out of the way. That might have been a little something between former teammates there. Or a happy little accident. Oh, he threw at him again. What is going on here? Look, once is an oopsie. Twice does not look so accidental. 2-0. The get-me-over pitch doesn't find the zone. It's 3-0, and Galle is in danger of walking in another run. Swinging a chopper to third. Welsh throws home. Barnett steps on the bag to get out number 2 of the inning, and that keeps a run off the board. Brashler got off the bag, and oh my gosh, he is out. Heads up stuff from Michael Barnes, the Moon City first baseman, and then Evan Barnett as well, the catcher, having the awareness. And yeah, Jared Brashler, I don't know if he forgot how many outs there were or what just occurred. Yeah, you know, just like you practice, it's the old 5-2-3 double play. And Brock Chaffin, the Mets manager, is going to go have a word with the men in charge. I can promise him this will not end well. So 3 runs go on the board for the Mets that inning. We will step aside. It is Springfield 5, Moon City 1. Bottom of the 4th comes your way next.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome!
So Brock Chaffin started the fourth inning with a solo home run. Robert Fackrell came up a little bit later with a 2 RBI single. And the Springfield Mets have padded their lead 5-1. They are out in front of the Moon City Mavericks, who come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. Looking at Avery Hart, Kennedy, and then the pitcher's spot. Although I am seeing Scott Wilson with a bat in his hand down there. I think he is going to enter the game to pinch hit for Kennedy. Also activity in the Mavericks bullpen, Tyler Collison. The right-hander Lil Murph getting loose, and the Metropolitans have also sent a man to the pen. Justin Loudon, Fruit Snacks, getting warm, although he is just barely beginning to toss. So activity in both pens, although neither Loudon nor Collison are doing what I would call warming with purpose at this time and point. Avery Hart stands in against Chris Matlock. He gets the 3+ designation for Springfield today. That means next time the Metropolitans make their first of 2 required Henry's towing pitching changes, the pitcher who enters will be limited to a maximum of 3 innings of work. So yeah, it will be Scott Wilson pinch hitting for Kennedy here in a sec, but Galle is up with a bat in his hand. 1-2 to Avery Hart, swung on and chased the slider. Nice pitch from Chris Matlock to get the strikeout. It's his second of the day. Brings up Scott Wilson. The beef cattle farmer lays down a bunt. That's going to go foul. He bunted for a single a week ago against Ozark, so I think that's what he was thinking. You might catch Mark Blem napping. But Scotty Wilson's been good so far. 3 for 7 with a triple and 3 runs batted in. Swung on and missed there to fall behind 0-2. Scott Wilson from Neosho, Missouri, but now lives in Miller, where he is the manager of a large commercial farm. 0-2. Swung on. Little excuse me swing to third. Blim dropped the ball, and Wilson is going to reach. It's going to be scored E5. Andy Galle, sacrifice fly last time. It was a well-hit ball that Skylar Carter was able to haul in. So Andy now 0 for 1. Whoa, wild pitch from Matlock, got away from Fackrell, and Wilson motors up. So into scoring position goes Wilson, but the Mavericks trailing by 4. Have got a lot of digging to do. Collison has apparently finished getting ready for Moon City, as he and the backup catcher Jacob McDaniel are coming in from the right field bullpen. One. Oof, that ran in, sent Galle bailing backward. Two and 1. Matlock from the belt. Slider for a strike. That evens the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, And a runner on second base. That's outside, so we're full up. Galle. Closed right-handed stance. Breaking pitch, swung on, lifted back. That is not going to quite reach the press box. Oh, but it does on the fly. Off the glass. Pretty close to where the camera is, actually. So we'll do it again. 3-2 pitch coming up. The pitchers are dueling here. 3-2. Galle swings and sends this one into center field. Carter running in, and he makes the catch. Skylar Carter. Always hustling. You know, a lot of outfielders would have let that drop, but not Skylar Carter. So 2 away, and the situation is a lot more manageable for Chris Matlock. 2 outs, and Evan Barnett bats. Scott Wilson still the runner at second. Slider for a strike. So Metropolitans today, a little bit by the injury bug. They have pitcher Jaron Dishman out of the lineup with a knee injury suffered week 1. He is likely out for the season, and they are also electing to give catcher Michael Easter the sit today with a knee problem. Although my understanding is he would be available in an emergency. 1-1 to Barnett. Mavericks, meanwhile, have everyone except Ryan Burks, and he is not injured. He is professionally is an electrical lineman, and he was dispatched about 24 hours ago to Ohio, where storms were heavy apparently, and they are in need of some pretty significant line repair. So Ryan Burks, part of a crew of linemen from Missouri who were sent to Ohio this weekend. 2-2 pitch ran in from Chris Matlock to Evan Barnett, so the count is again full. Time is called. It's Barnett calling time. So he's back in. Sat back for the slider, swung on and got under it. It's fouled back. So we will do another payoff pitch. Mavericks doing well to make Chris Matlock work, but they trail 5-1. Swing. Barnett just got a piece. Thought maybe that hit the catcher's mitt. So this is the third payoff pitch here in the bottom of the 4th. Springfield leads Moon City 5-1. 3-2 the count to Barnett. Another swing and another foul ball. The battle continues. Three-2. Matlock from the belt. Barnett swings and lifts this one in the air into right center. Waters calls off Carter and makes the catch. And the Metropolitans get out of the inning with their 5-1 lead intact. We head to the 5th live from US Baseball Park. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, the Sunday triple-header.
Redline Athletics is the Ozarks' #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. the commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
New pitcher for the Moon City Mavericks. Tyler Collison, a right-hander, into the game on a Henry's towing pitching change. The first of two that the Mavericks will be required to make. So Andy Galle, the Moon City starter, went 4 innings today. Trying to check here. Looks like 4 of his 5, just glancing at it, are going to be charged as earned runs. And Collison is on. He can go a maximum of 3 innings today, so he could get the club to the end of the 7th if he's got the leg for it. And then the Mavericks would have to bring somebody on in the 8th. But I suspect we may see more than the 2 required changes. And we may see the Mavericks use the bullpen a little bit more today. They've got options. They've got Brady Welsh. They've got Nick Hooper. They can go to the lefty Scott Wilson. They can try a lot of things. Collison's first pitch to Harrison Waters swung on, fouled back. This would be Waters, Rusk, and Chaffin, the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Mets. Pretty formidable part of the lineup here, to say the least. Collison ran one into Waters to make it 1-1. Harrison 1 for 2 with an RBI today. 5 for 9 for the campaign. Swung and missed there. The 1-2. Collison deals. That is a hot shot, but that is right at the second baseman. That's Brady Welsh over there. Mavericks have also moved some things around on the infield. So Collison started the game at second base, but Welsh has moved over. And King Owens has come on to play third for the Space Cowboys. They're still using Harrison Broadstreet at shortstop, and Michael Barnes still the first baseman. It's Tyler Rusk bats. Outfielders are still the same: Nick Hooper, Joe Emery, and Jamar Averyhart. 1-0 to Tyler Rusk. Swing, and that is well lined into center field. Emery dove, but it's off his mitt, and then he lost the ball. Rusk going for second. Averyhart up with it. But no play. That is a base hit for Tyler Rusk, whose fantastic rookie year continues. So Tyler Rusk is on for Brock Chaffin, who set off the fireworks with a home run. Mavericks have also swapped out catchers, so this is Jacob McDaniel behind the plate on in the stead of Evan Barnett. So Chaffin hit a solo homer off of Andy Galle in the 4th. That was well smacked over the 16-foot wall in right center field. Took a home run swing there, but got under it. So that ball sent back. So Chaffin is now 3 for 6. He was 8 for 25 a season ago. 0-1, no. It's a nasty breaking pitch, just didn't find the zone. 1-1. Chaffin sends this one up the middle. That's going to get out in the outfield. Rusk turns at third. He will score. And then Chaffin will advance up on the throw. So an RBI base hit for the Mets. Skip 2 for 3 today with a couple of runs driven in, and it is 6-1 for the Metropolitans, jumping all over their rivals, the Moon City Mavericks. Top of the 5th, still 1 out, and Mark Blim out of Morrisville, Missouri, comes to the dish. Watched one sail up high. Blim 4 for 8 for 2023. Swings and lifts this one. That is tailing third base side. Oh, what a catch. On the run, backhanded the third baseman, King Owens, able to track that ball. And maybe a little favorable gust, but that was a spectacular job by Owens, looking over his shoulder and getting his hand in the right spot to make a fantastic catch. So Clay Murphy looking for his first hit of the day. Looking for his 3rd hit on the year. Ooh. Said a hit, not get hit. Tyler Collison ran that one in right on the ribs. That's going to show up tomorrow. And here is a pinch hitter. This is Jerry Kelly. Jerry Kelly, the prison guard for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. 2 outs, 2 men on. A 6-1 lead for the Mets, and he looked at a strike. Jerry looking for his first hit of 2023. Lives in Aldrich, Missouri, but originally went to Marion C. Early High School in Bolivar. Whoa, what a catch. Fan on the row 3. Just barehanded a foul ball. Jerry Kelly, lucky we don't have the, if a fan catches the foul ball, it's an out rule, Savannah Bananas style. Instead, it is 0-1. Something to think about next season, maybe. Oh, he struck him out. Tyler Collison ran a slider in there that was pure paint. Down on strikes goes Jerry Kelly. Not before the Mets put up a run. An RBI single off the bat of Brock Chaffin scores Tyler Rusk. And so it is 6-1. Mavericks will try to answer in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Chris Matlock out to work a 5th and final inning of eligibility. Rules of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Each team must change pitchers at least twice per game, and pitchers may throw a maximum of 3 innings, with the caveat that one pitcher per club may be designated with the 3+ tag, allowing him to throw a maximum of 5. And this has been the goal for Chris Matlock. When he found out he was going back to the Springfield Mets, he said, yeah, I want to be the 5-inning guy. It doesn't have to be the starter. It can be a reliever. So we've seen teams experiment with the rule over the years, but a lot of managers have settled into the idea that the starting pitcher will go 5, and then they will go to the bullpen after that. If you have a dominant closer, sometimes we'll see a reliever come on and throw 1 and then give way to that closer who's expected to go 3 innings. Maybe the situation for the Mets today, but let's wait and see how it plays out. Tyler Collison bats for City. Mets, well, I'll tell you about that in a second. Collison sends one out to the wall in right center field on the 3rd hop. He's going to woe up for a stand-up double. And so Lil Murph gets the base hit here in the bottom of the 5th. And he is in scoring position for Nick Hooper. Defensively, Springfield has done a straight-up swap with Ben Hammets, bringing in Jerry Kelly. He pinch hit last inning. He is now playing second base for the Mets. Everything else stays the same. Oh, that hits Nick Hooper on the just above the knee. Oof. So that puts 2 men on for Joe Emery. Mavericks center fielder. Go quickly for the Mets. It's Fackrell behind the plate, Blim at 3rd, Murphy at short, Kelly at 2nd, and Rusk at first base. Joe Emery looked at a strike there from Chris Matlock. Joey franchise 0 for 1 today with a walk. He's behind Hero in 2. Nobody out, runners on 1st and 2nd. Mavericks trail by 5. Fastball swung on and lifted foul, first base side, well out of play. And if you're Daniel England, trying to stay positive, you can tell your guys in the dugout, hey, we don't have to get back all 5 this inning. Just need to get back something. Oh-2, breaking ball. Emery sat back, threw his hands at it at the last second and sent it foul. So we'll do another 0-2. Slider swung on and lifted. It's going to stay on the playing surface. Tyler Rusk calls off the help, and the Mets first baseman makes the catch for the first out. So here's Harrison Broadstreet. A couple years back, walked away from a career in education that included coaching some football to pursue stand-up comedy full-time. And he is making a go of it, both as a comic and as a promoter. Don't Tell comedy coming to Springfield, Missouri for the first time as the result of Mr. Broadstreet's work. Well, I can tell everybody about that. That's a single into left field. Base hit for Harrison Broadstreet, whose bat stays hot. He is 2 for 3 on the day. And the Mavericks have the bases juiced for Brady Welsh. They would like Brady to come through here, down by 5. Best chance they've had all day to get a big one off of Chris Matlock. That is into right. 1 run will score, and they'll hold it there. So 6-2, RBI base hit for Brady Welsh. Out into right field it went. And the rally continues. Michael Barnes bats with the bases loaded for the 2nd time today. 1 out on the board. Swing and a grounder. That will get through. Barnes with an RBI. 4 on the season for him. As he got it past the shortstop, then a misplay on the infield will allow Broadstreet to score. 6-4. Mavericks chipping away. They now trail by 2 and have the tying run aboard. Nice piece from Michael Barnes. So Barnes at first. Runner at second is Welsh. The batter is Jamar Averyhart. The score 6-4. Metropolitans still in front. Big attack there from Chris Matlock, who got Averyhart to swing and miss inside. 0-1. Averyhart sat back for the slider, but swung over the top. Oh and 2. Fastball grounded up the middle, off the mound. Murphy, the shortstop, with it. His play was to first. No, they will not get the speedy Jamar Averyhart. So that's an infield single for Jamar. Scott Wilson bats. Big situation here. 6-4 ball game. 1 out. Bases loaded. And a big opportunity for Scotty. Reached on an error last time. So he is 3 for 8 for the season and has batted in 3 runs. Whew! It's a wild pitch. Wilson gets out of the way. Welsh comes in and scores, and we've got a 1-run ball game. 6-5. 2 men go into scoring position, so the tying run stands on third. That's Michael Barnes. The go-ahead run, Jamar Averyhart, is at second base. First is unoccupied, and there is still just 1 out on the scoreboard. So Scott Wilson could send one into the outfield here and tie it up. Looked at a steerike there. One. Swing and a miss. Matlock from the belt. Slider outside. It's 2-2. Mavericks trying to claw their way back. They've scored 4 this inning. Wilson swings. This is popped. It's going to stay on the infield. Rusk over into foul territory to make the catch for the 2nd out. King Owens comes to bat. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Mavs. He is pinch hitting for Andy Galle, leading me to believe we might see Owens come on to pitch later in this game. Swung and missed there. Oh, 0-1, swung on and missed. Owens 0 for the campaign. Having a hard time putting the bat on sliders. Down he goes. Chris Matlock punches out, and the Metropolitans maintain the lead. 6-2 8-5, but we have got ourselves a ball game once again. Mets out in front. They will come to bat to get us going in the 6th when we come back.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Tyler Collison back to work for the Moon City Mavericks, who scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th to claw their way back. So 6-5 is the score. Springfield Metropolitans clinging to the advantage. It'll be Chris Matlock, Robert Fackrell, and then Skylar Carter for the umpire this inning. Matlock 1 for 2 today. Swings and fouls 1 back. So Chris Matlock is now 2 for 4. That is even with his batting average from a season ago where he was 7 for 14 and hit .500. Swings and pops this one, but that's going to get over the net. Stays in the lower bowl of seats. But foul nonetheless. 1 and 2 for the All-American. Collison. Oh, absolutely painted a slider on the inner half. Matlock not happy, but as an artist of the slider himself, can't do anything but applaud Tyler Collison now. Here's Robert Fackrell. It's his first look at Lil Murph. Tyler Collison swung and chased there. Fackrell is now 1 for 7 on the season with an RBI single in the 4th. Over the top there, Collison. Showing a good fastball, and then that slider of his is nasty. There was the slider, but Fackrell got a piece. So we'll do the 0-2 again. 0-2. Oof, down on strikes he goes. Tyler Collison looking like the man for whom he is nicknamed after, Clay Murphy. Back-to-back outs by way of the strikeout. Now the road gets tougher as he faces Skylar Carter. 1 for 2 today with a triple. He's also been hit by a pitch. Fastball swung on, tailing, foul. Third base side, just beyond the reach of King Owens. Got a decent jump at it. Just no chance to make a play. Collison kicks and comes home. Oh, tried to get the outer half down against the lefty Carter and didn't quite. Not a bad idea, but we are 1-1. Oh, there's the attack up the ladder. Carter swung so hard his helmet came off. And Lil Murph dealing. 1-2. Oh, that ball exited his hand about a full second before it was supposed to. Collison just lost his grip. So now it's 2-2. Winds and deals to Carter. Swing and a miss. And Lil Murph strikes out the side. The score remains 6-5. Springfield Metropolitans out in front. But here come the Moon City Mavericks.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
So Henry's towing pitching change for the Springfield Metropolitans. And they will call on the right-hander from Lebanon, Missouri, Justin Fruit Snacks Loudon. As Chris Matlock went as far as he could in the ball game. But now it is Loudon's turn. Scheduled to face Evan Barnett, Tyler Collison, and Nick Hooper, although it will be Jacob McDaniel, actually, not Evan Barnett, as McDaniel has come on to catch. Everything else I just said holds true, however. So Justin Loudon this season, 4 1/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 5 earned runs on 5 hits, struck out 6, and walked 6. In the 2 seasons before that, he was usually employed as a middle reliever, put up a 5.84 ERA across 12 1/3 innings. Had a good year for Moon City in 2021, winning a Howard Bell Trophy for Daniel England's club, but came over to the Mets and won another Howard Bell Trophy for Brock Chaffin's group. Ended up back with Chaffin and the Mets here in 2023. So, there's your daily dose of Did You Know? Justin Loudon's name on the Howard Bell Trophy twice. He has been the common denominator for Springfield clubs winning it in each of the last 2 years. So Jake McDaniel, the catcher, fouled one back for Moon City, and he is now 0-1 in the count. Oof, make that 1-1 as Loudon ran him one way in. McDaniel for the season, 1 for 2 with a single. He's also walked twice. He's pretty good at working the count. And that has been historically his thing as well, but this is a rip into left and a big reach for Jared Brashler to make the catch. Not bad contact at all for McDaniel, but unfortunately it was hit hard right at somebody. Back to the top of the order go the Moon City Mavericks, trailing 6-5. We are in the bottom of the 6th, and this is Tyler Collison. Doubled last time up, so he's 1 for 3 today. He is 3 for 12 for the season, so hitting .250. Whoa! Loudon having a little bit of grip trouble since Collison ducking. Sent the baseball back to the screen. Two and 0. One away, nobody on. That one ran in. It is 3-0. 1-run ball game. 6-5. Mavericks with Collison batting, trailing by a run. Oh, and that ran in, so we walked him. So 1 out and 1 on. Nicholas Hooper is the batter. He has reached safely every time he has batted this game. Has an infield single, then a single out into center field, and then he was hit by a pitch last time up. Nothing and nothing to Hooper. Whoa. Loudon missing consistently inside against right-handed batters. 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball. Hooper swung on and fouled it off. Definitely seeing the sunglasses come out all over the ballpark, including on the batter Hooper. As the cloud cover we were enjoying earlier is pretty well gone. Winds are still out of the north-northeast at about 11 miles per hour. 1-1 pitch. Hooper swings and lifts one into center field. Back to get it is Carter, who makes the catch and the out. 2 away for Joe Emery. We have reached 79 degrees. And the barometer holding steady, so we should be in for just partly cloudy skies and a little wind throughout the rest of this Sunday triple header. Bouncer in the dirt starts Joe Emery off 1-0. Loudon came back with a breaking pitch, swung on, fouled off. So Mavericks have out-hit the Mets 11-8, but it is the Mets winning where it counts on the scoreboard, 6-5 here in the bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Joe Emery out of Truman State University facing Justin Loudon from St. Louis Community College, Merrimack. That foul ball ripped down the third base line, or third base side rather, wasn't really anywhere close to the line. Brings us to a 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Emery represents the go-ahead run, but this is popped. It's going to stay on the infield. The shortstop, Clay Murphy, in to get it, and he hauls it in. So that is the 3rd out. Score remains 6-5. We head to the stretch inning with the Metropolitans out in front of the Mavericks. Back right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Collison has pitched a couple. He's going out for a third inning of work here. This, the top of the 7th inning. And the right-hander out of Hartville back to the mound for the Moon City Mavericks. 6-5 is our score. Springfield Metropolitans out in front. They will try to add to their lead. Jared Brashler, Harrison Waters, and Tyler Rusk all scheduled to come up this inning. Brock Chaffin, who hit a home run, a solo shot in the 4th inning, would be the next batter if anyone can reach. So Rusk, very quickly, not sure what that was. I think he left a batting glove in his pocket, maybe. All right, Collison's back to the mound after whatever that was. Here's Brashler. Swung on, missed there. Looked like Collison went with a change. So Brashler has grounded to third twice today, but does have an RBI triple out into right. This one is lifted into center. It's shallow. Welsh calls off the charging Joe Emery and makes the catch. So the Mavericks' second baseman showing off a good set of wheels to get the out. Brashler is retired, and it is time for Harrison Waters. 2 for 3 today. Or check that, 1 for 3 today. Swing and a pop foul. So 5 for 10 for the campaign, a .500 batting average for Dirty Harry. Hit .410 in 2022. He was 16 for 39 for the Springfield Mets. This is well hit into right center field. Back goes Avery Hart, but it's Emery making the catch on the run. Mavericks outfielders faked me out. Joe Emery, great catch, ranging back. Waters is retired, and it is Tyler Rusk, the batter. Tyler continues a little hitting streak of his own. He is 4 for 7 now. Singled in the 5th, then scored. 0-1. Collison misses out. It's 1-1. Ooh, breaking pitch off McDaniel's glove in the dirt, and then the throw back got mishandled, so a lot of assorted ugliness there for the Mavericks on the infield, but nobody on, no harm done. Ultimately, it is a 2-1 count for Tyler Rusk. Stands in here with 2 outs. Looked at a fastball. Back in he goes, 3-1. Collison being careful. Tyler Rusk was not careful. That was an aggressive swing and a miss at what might have been ball 4. So count is full. 3-2. Collison's payoff. Breaking ball. No, just inside. It's a walk. So Rusk is on for the second time today. Doesn't get easier for Lil Murph as here comes Brock Chaffin. 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, and 2 runs batted in. 4 for 7 for the campaign. Fastball swung on and chopped into play. Collison off the mound to get it, juggled it, barehanded it, threw it to first, where Michael Barnes was able to hang on to it in time. So Collison faced one above the minimum there, but he is out of the inning. That is going to complete his pitching performance today. He gives up 1 earned run on 2 hits, struck out 4. So doing the job, but the Mavericks with work to do. 6-5, they trail the Springfield Metropolitans. It is stretch time, and here in the Grip and Rip Baseball League, the 7th inning stretch, sponsored by Sumit's Hot Yoga. At Sumit's Hot Yoga, you are going to feel awesome.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Out of Wolf Lake, Illinois, the 2-time GRBL MVP award winner, Clayton Murphy, is on the mound for the Springfield Metropolitans out of Missouri State University. Pitched for the Bears, suffered a torn ulnar collateral ligament in his throwing elbow, and then underwent Tommy John surgery, finishing out his college baseball career in 2014. Came into the Grip and Rip League in 2020. Pitched 25 innings with a 1.05 ERA that year for the Mountain Ducks. Won a Howard Bell Trophy. Pitched 20 scoreless innings with a 0.00 ERA for Moon City in 2021 and won a Howard Bell Trophy. In 2022, 30 2/3, 8 earned runs on 18 hits with 51 strikeouts to just 8 walks. And Clay Murphy, of course, won the Howard Bell Trophy that season. So 3 years in the league, 3 Howard Bell Trophy championships. It is his first time returning back to a team. He was the #1 overall pick in the 2023 GRBL draft. Harrison Broadstreet watched a ball go outside to make the count 1-1. Activity in the Mavericks bullpen, right-hander Nick Hooper getting warm. So he will have to come on for the 8th as Collison has exhausted his eligibility, but more pressing matters for the Mavericks, who have got to figure out how to get a run across against Clay Murphy for the first time this year if they want to win this game. 2-2. Murphy and Broadstreet are all even. Swing, and this is lifted over the second baseman's head. That drops down. Young Doug continues hitting. His 3rd hit of the day is a single out into right, and the tying run is aboard for the Moon City Mavericks. Harrison Broadstreet now has 7 hits, leading the entire league. 7 hits in 3 games. That's pretty good. That's even good in coach pitch. Brady Welsh looks at a strike. Clay Murphy this season, 6 2/3 innings pitched. He has given up 9 hits, but not allowed a run. Struck out 10. No one has gotten the free pass from the assassin from Wolf Lake, Illinois. 1-1 even count with Brady Welsh. Watched one go outside. Brady Welsh pitched in the Atlanta Braves farm system out of Arkansas State. For injuries ultimately spelled the end to his pro career. He's really found it as a two-way player here in Grip and Rip, and honestly more so hitting and playing shortstop or the infield. Mark Blem playing shortstop there for the Mets. Little 6'4" fielder's choice gets the lead runner Broadstreet. No chance for the double play, but it does keep the runner out of scoring position for the moment. A little shuffling on the infield here as the Mets have moved Chris Matlock to third base. Mark Blem has gone to short. And they're back to using Ben Hammett at second base with Rusk at first. Michael Barnes looks at a strike. Outfield still the same for the Mets. Left to right, Brashler, Carter, and Waters. 0-1, one out for Michael Barnes. 6-5 is the score. Mets in front of the Mavericks. Michael Barnes looks at ball one. So Murphy's been missing out a few times here this inning against right-handed batters for the Mavericks. 1-1 to Barnes. No, we're going to have a check throw. Nothing doing over there at first base as Brady Welsh dives back on his stomach. 1-1, swung on in the air over the head of the second baseman Hammett, and into right field it goes. Welsh is going to go around first to third before he gets the woe sign, and Michael Barnes, with a very nice piece there, has something cooking for Moon City. First and third, one out. Here's Jamar Avery Hart. He is 2 for 3 today with a couple of infield singles and a strikeout. So if Avery Hart can find a way, the Mavericks can tie this ball game. Looked at a strike there. Murphy from the chest. Slider for strike two. A called strike two. Are we going to see another slider? Yes, we are. Avery Hart through the hands at the last possible second to make contact. Sprays it foul. First base side, way late, but he got a piece. Murphy again from the chest. Whoa! That pitch exited his hand early. Ball one. Another two-strike pitch coming to Avery Hart, who's got to protect. One out, runners on first and third. Murphy's pitch is a slider high. Mets using Brock Chaffin, the manager, caddying for Clay Murphy. These guys were teammates at Missouri State University, part of a team that had a lot of success back in 2012. Avery Hart down on strikes, looking. Slider on the inner half. Clay Murphy's first K of the day comes in a big-time moment. Mets not out of the woods yet. Still first and third. 6-5 ball game. Scott Wilson stands in the lefty batter's box. So those sliders are going to run in on his hands. Actually, that was a fastball, but it was up and out of the zone. Scott Wilson is 3 for 9 on the year. 1-0 pitch. That's down in the zone for strike. Looked like the same thing, just the location was dialed in. Murphy looks briefly back at the runner at first. Sets up on the third base side of the rubber, then comes home with the slider. Outer half. Murphy wanting clarification on where he missed. And that was, he missed low. Scott Wilson's a tall guy, about 6'4". Two and one. Another slider, that's out. 3 balls and a strike. Murphy from the chest, and he walked him. Well, those are rare. Matter of fact, that's the first time he has walked a batter this season. Nonetheless, the inning continues for the Mavericks, sending up King Owens. He is 0 for 1 today. Got married just before the start of the season. So would like to get himself a little late wedding gift here. Bases juiced, 2 outs. Big opportunity for Moon City here, trailing by a run in the bottom of the 7th. A slider. That's a strike thrown. Murphy, meanwhile, trying to spoil the reception. Oh, 1 pitch, swung on, but right at the shortstop, Mark Blim. He makes the catch, and the out, and the inning is done. 6-5, Springfield Metropolitans lead the Moon City Mavericks. Back with more right after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
Henry's towing pitching change for the Moon City Mavericks. They call on the impressive right-hander out of Willard, Missouri, by way of Lubbock Christian University, Nicholas Hooper. And hey, on a personal level, I have to thank Nicholas Hooper immensely for doing a little work behind the scenes to make sure we could bring you the broadcast today. Nick hopped into the press box and helped me out with the streaming equipment before the start of this game. So 6-5 is the score, top of the 8th. Mark Blim bats for the Springfield Metropolitans. He looks at a ball inside. Nick Hooper had about as good of a debut as a pitcher can possibly have on a very rainy season opener. Persevered through the water and all kinds of adverse conditions to throw 2 innings, no runs, no hits, 1 walk. That was the 1 base runner allowed. 6 strikeouts, and on top of that, he also got the victory. So big doings for Nick Hooper in his GRBL debut. He's behind 2-0 here to Mark Blem, and then he bounced a fastball to the catcher McDaniel. So 3-0. Fastball to Blem, that is a strike. So Hooper at Lubbock Christian pitched 40 2/3 innings in 2 years, had a 4.65 ERA with 43 strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss, and the count is full. Right now, Nicholas Hooper working on a master's degree in education at Missouri State University. Swing and a miss there. So how about this? Nicholas Hooper has faced that would be 8 batters in his Grip and Rip Baseball League career. He has struck out 7 of them. Here's Clay Murphy. No stranger to the strikeout himself. Usually he's the one throwing them. There's a bouncer for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's up and out. The 2-0 pitch is down, and so Murphy ahead in the count. So 3-0 to Murphy. That is a strike called. I'll take there. The 3-1 is down, so that is a walk. Metropolitans lead the Mavericks 6-5. We are in the top of the 8th. Ben Hammett re-enters for Springfield. 0 for 1 today. Justin Loudon is going to courtesy run for the pitcher Murphy. Speed upgrade, I think. So here's Hammett. Took a walk in the 2nd inning. And now time is called. Not sure if that was gamesmanship or if that was Hammett just got into the box too quickly and got discombobulated. Open right-handed stance. 1-0 pitch. Does not find the inner half. So Hooper trying to dial in. Strikeout and a walk so far, to his credit. Two-0 to Hammett goes wild, and Loudon will take off and take second base. So the wild pitch moves a man into scoring position for the Mets, who have a 1-run lead. And Ben Hammett has a favorable hitter's count, 3-0. That caught the inner half, and that is the pitch Hooper's been trying to spot up throughout the appearance. Comes back at Hammett. Over the plate, Hammett trying to sell it like he walked. No, you did not, says the man in charge. Full count. Hooper fires. That is down. So back-to-back walks for the Hoop Daddy. Going to bring up Chris Matlock. Mets pitcher, or Mets third baseman, I guess. 1 for 3 today with a single and a strikeout. Went down looking last time. Looked at a strike there. Coming up today at 3. Nixa Suckers at 2-0. Republic Locos 0-2. Matlock puts one up the middle into center field, and the whoa sign goes up as Joe Emery rifled the throw in from center field. So score remains 6-5 Mets. But a base hit there, the first surrender to Nicholas Hooper's pitching career. Brings up a pinch hitter. This is Josh Wilbanks. And it will also bring up a mound visit as the Mavericks skip Daniel England out to have a word with Nicholas Hooper. Got Wilbanks waiting to bat with one away and the bases loaded. Skylar Carter is going to be the man in the on-deck circle. So they have brought the full infield in for this conference. Have the Mavericks. Josh Wilbanks served a couple of combat tours in Iraq in the Marine Corps. His motto, discipline takes the pain away. You can find him on Instagram doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the gym. Definitely came into the season with the physique to show for it. This is his 4th year in the grip and rip. Pitch goes off of the catcher McDaniel's mitt. Runners are going to stay put. So Hooper struggling a bit with command today. In a jam. 1-0 pitch to Wilbanks. That's high. Two and 0. Oh, that hit Wilbanks right above the elbow. So the Mets get one the hard way. Loudon scores to make it 7-5 on the hit batsman. So the bases are still loaded for Hooper, but the Mets get to send the top of the order. Skylar Carter, the GRBL's all-time leader in base hits. 69 of them looked at a strike. Carter got hit by a pitch in the 4th. He started the game with a triple out into right center. It's 1-1 here. Carter 1 for 3 today. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-run ball game. Jam shot swung on, fouled back. Hooper attacked in on the hands of the left-handed hitter. Pitchers count 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and fouled. We'll do it again. Ball and 2 strikes to Carter. Hooper kicks and deals. Counts even, 2-2. Breaking ball from Hooper. That is ruled too high for the strike zone. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. That is up, and he walked him. So another run walks in for the Mets, who now lead 8-5, and that is going to be it for Nicholas Hooper. Daniel England out to go and get him. And the Mavericks are going to make a Henry's Towing pitching change. They will bring in their left fielder. That was the left-hander. I believe that is Scott Wilson. Yes. Number 2, Scott Wilson on to pitch for Moon City. We'll tell you about him when we come back.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome.
Scott Wilson out of Neosho, Missouri. Left-hander on to throw for Moon City in a jam. It is Springfield Mets 8, Moon City Mavericks 5. Top of the 8th inning, 1 out, and the bases are still loaded when Scott Wilson comes on to try to put out the fire. So Wilson, third year in the GRBL. This is his third team. First pitching appearance as a member of the Moon City Mavericks. Best year pitching would have been 2021 with Ozark. Pitched 3 1/3 that year and had a 2.70 ERA. He was with the Nixa Suckers a season ago. So Scott Wilson went to Neosho High, but was a two-way player then. Played on a Legion club, the Neosho Nighthawks, an homage to a Class D professional team of that same name from back in the 1930s. So Jared Brashler stands in here for the Mets against the lefty Wilson, whose first pitch is outside. Brashler today 1 for 3 with a triple and a run batted in. That pitch ran in, and it's 2-0. Mavericks clawed their way back within a run, but the Mets have punched back here in the top of the 8th, scoring 2 and counting, still 1 out. So a big hit from Jared Brashler could really wow the Mets fans. Here's the 2-1, swung on. This is in the air. It's going to stay on the infield just barely where the second baseman Brady Welsh can reach out and stab it. It's going to bring up Harrison Waters. He is 1 for 4 with a ribby. Flew out to center field last time. So 5 for 11 now is Harry. Slider for a strike there. This game 2 hours and 14 minutes old at the moment. 3 o'clock, we are scheduled to have the Nixa Suckers taking on the Republic Locos. Waters drives one into right. That's a beaut, but that's right at Jamar Averyhart, who's able to make the snag, get the out, and get Moon City out of the inning. Scott Wilson gets 2 clutch outs, And the Mavericks will have a chance to respond. They trail the Mets 8-5, back with the bottom of the 8th.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Clay Murphy back to work. 8-5, the advantage he is tasked with protecting here in the bottom of the 8th. So Clay gave up a couple of hits in the 7th, but walked off unscathed. Jacob McDaniel scheduled to hit. It'll be McDaniel, Collison, and Hooper this inning for Moon City. Joe Emery would get the stick, should anyone reach. Jake McDaniel from Springfield, Missouri, went to Kickapoo High School. Swings and chops one to third. Up with that is Matlock, whose throw to Tyler Rusk is in time. And there we go. The fielding percentage is a third baseman for Chris Matlock. A perfect 1,000. He's a third baseman now. It is official. Tyler Collison has gone back to second base after pitching 3 innings. Gave up a run. Looked at a strike there, and this is the first time for Lil Murph to stand in there against Big Murph. The doppelgangers going at it. 0-1, just out. So we will find out who's the real Murph. Is it Murphy or is it Collison? 1-1. That is low. Collison even wears the high socks, just like Clay Murphy. It is uncanny, the resemblance. 2-1 pitch, swung on into center field, and Skylar Carter is there to spoil it. So in the battle of the Murphs, it's the Big Murph getting the outs. 2 away for the Mavericks, still trailing by 3. It's going to bring up Nicholas Hooper. Good chance for him to get a little bit of revenge after a rough go on the pitcher's mound. But Hooper's been swinging well. 2 for 3 today, also got hit by a pitch, has a pair of singles. So 4 for 12 on the season, hitting .333. He's ahead here 2-0. Getting his first look at Clay Murphy is the rookie Nicholas Hooper. Ooh, late commitment, swinging a foul ball back. Two balls and a strike. Counts even 2-2 with 2 away. It's deuces wild. Clay Murphy kicks and deals. That's outside, and we are full up. Murphy trying to get out of this top, or this bottom of the 8th, rather. Payoff pitch. Got him looking. Down on strikes he goes. Second strikeout of the day for Clay Murphy. And we will go to the 9th with the score. Springfield Metropolitans 8. Moon City Mavericks 5.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Trailing by 3, the Moon City Mavericks send the left-hander Scott Wilson back to the pitcher's mound to try to keep the gap where it is. 8-5, Metropolitans out in front. They come to bat here in the top of the 9th. Coverage of the commercial-free 9th inning, sponsored by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Tyler Rusk bats for the Mets. It will be Rusk, Chaffin, and Blim. Wilson ran one way in. Took an interesting carom way up into the net before coming to rest. Wilson exhales sharply and deals the 1-0. Rusk chased. Something about left-handers. Nothing they throw is ever on a perfectly straight line. 1-1 is bent up and out. Rusk fouls that back. So Moon City on the infield, real quick. King Owens at third base, Harrison Broadstreet at short, Brady Welsh at second, and Michael Barnes still at first. Jake McDaniel behind the plate, receiving pitches from Scott Wilson. The 2-2 swung on, and that's going to hop through on the third base side. Rusk going for second as the throw got airmailed, and so Rusk safe on second base. They're going to score that as an error. So Tyler Rusk not awarded the hit, but nevertheless he is on. And he is aboard for Brock Chaffin, who is 2 for 4 today. Now the runner goes for third, and Rusk will swipe the bag just fine. So a steal for Tyler Rusk puts him 90 feet away from extending this Mets lead. 8-5 the score for the moment. Nobody out top of the 9th. Batter is Chaffin. Looked at a ball high. Mavericks on the infield, playing him to pull. Swung on and fanned there. Two and one. Wilson from the chest. Gripped it, and it's outside. Jacob McDaniel able to corral the passed ball. Three balls and a strike now for Chaffin. That's up and out of the zone, and he will walk. So that sets him up first and third for Mark Blem. 1 for 4 today with a double. He's the Mets' third baseman, shortstop, I guess. Jerry Kelly on to run for the catcher Chaffin. Mark Blem is now 4 for 10. 28 hits in his GRBL career. Look to the Steerike there from Wilson. Runner takes off. That is Jerry Kelly swiping second base uncontested. Wilson, meanwhile, has worked ahead. Or actually, they're going to send the runner back. Okay, foul ball, I guess, is the call there. As Blem swung and touched it straight down. The 0-2, back up the middle. Wilson can't handle it. Broadstreet steps on the bag. It's a 6-3 double play. A run does come across for the Mets. That is Rusk scoring it, so it is 9-5. A 4-run lead for the Mets. And with clean sheets and 2 away, they send up Clay Murphy. So he has flied out, reached on an error, been hit, and walked. Everything but a base hit today for the #1 overall pick in the 2023 draft. Nothing in 1. Murph sat back. There's the base hit for Clay Murphy. Pretty as you please out there into left field. He will be glad for that. So that is 3 hits in 3 games for Clay Murphy. Well, they don't all have to be works of art. Sometimes you just got to get there. Robert Fackrell, who started the game at catcher, is running for the Mets. Courtesy running for the pitcher. Here's Ben Hammett. Hammett drew a walk last time. Matter of fact, he has walked twice and flied out to center field once today. Nothing in 1. Wilson comes set from the chest, fires home, breaking ball. No, that's outside against the right-hander. Wilson tried to bend it, just didn't have quite enough bend to it. Oof. Hammett definitely fooled that time on the breaking ball. So Scott Wilson has worked back ahead, 1 and 2. Just as the sun goes behind a cloud. Swing and a foul tip, so Hammett will stay in. looked like the same pitch, almost the same result. Instead, we'll set up and do it again. 2 outs, runner on first, the 1-2. Runner goes. McDaniel fires to second, and it's into center field. However, Fackrell will stay put. Yes, he also knows who Joe Emery is, so smart base running from Fackrell. Deuce is wild for Ben Hammett. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. 9-5 is the score. Metropolitans in front of the Mavericks. Wilson kicks and deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Scott Wilson punches his way out. The Mets did score a run. An error, a walk, a double play. And that makes the score 9-5. Commercial-free 9th inning, brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Big thank you to all of the women and men at Central Bank of Central Bank of the Ozarks, rather. Used to be a Central Bank of Lake of the Ozarks, but Central Bank's a big company. Now it's just Central Bank of the Ozarks. Central Bank Company. Again, strong roots, endless possibilities. It is the bottom of the 9th. 9-5 is the score. Metropolitans out in front of the Mavericks. One last chance for the Space Cowboys. It'll be Joe Emery, Harrison Broadstreet, and Brady Welsh. And we are on pace to start the next one on time, 3 o'clock. Nixa Suckers are 2-0, and they will start the right-handed rookie flamethrower Logan Wiley against the 0-2 Republic Locos. Interesting lineup move for the Crazy Trains. They will start Ethan Stinger on the mound. So the right-hander out of Missouri Southern State University gets his first start in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Suckers have been quite interesting to watch thus far. Had been starting Josh Engler with pretty big regularity, but today it's Wiley getting the start. He was out of action last week with a planned absence, so maybe that's the move. Just they want to get Logan Wiley some run, and they want to do it early rather than doing it situationally. So here we go. 9-5 is the score. Springfield Mets and Clay Murphy trying to shut the door. A win here would improve the Metropolitans to 2-1. It would also knock the Mavericks to 2-1, and it would give the Mets head-to-head criteria. So a win here, and the Metropolitans would be in first place in the GRBL North, just like that. There's a steer-ike thrown to Emery. Nothing and 1. That's outside to the native of St. Peters, Missouri. Joe Emery swings and chops this one. 2 hops to the shortstop. Blem up with it, and the throw to Tyler Rusk is in time. 1 away. Mark Blem has been a corner infielder or a pitcher for most of his GRBL career, but dare I suggest he's starting to look a little bit comfortable over there at shortstop. Harrison Broadstreet, 3 for 4 today. 7 for 12 for the campaign. He is leading the league in base hits. Down here 0-1. That one is tailing foul, and Broadstreet is now behind in the count 0-2. 32 hits and counting in the lifetime of Harrison Broadstreet in this league. Jumped into the GRBL in 2018. 0-2. Swing. This is grounded left side. Matlock barehanded it. Oh my goodness. Chris Matlock doing magic tricks. The barehanded snag and the out. Last chance for Moon City, Brady Welsh. Came into the day 3 for 6. He is now 4 for 9. Had an RBI single back in the 5th. Grounded out to short last time up. 1-1 now after that slider. Two balls and a strike to Welsh. Murphy misses down. It is 3-1. Strike looking there, and it is full. 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mavericks down to their last strike. Clay Murphy. Kicks and deals, swung on, ground ball, right side. Hammett, the second baseman, up with it, the throw to Rusk, in time, a 1-2-3 inning. 3 grounders on the infield, some good defense from the Springfield Mets, and they are winners, 9-5. So the Springfield Metropolitans improved 2-1, and they are on a hot streak. After losing in the season opener, they have now won 2, and they will be in first place in the GRBL North headed into the Labor Day break. When it comes to the Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game Award, gotta go with the guy who sent one over the wall in the 4th inning and then drove in the game-winning run with an RBI in the 5th. That would be Brock Chaffin. 2 for 4 today with a home run, a single, a walk, and 2 runs batted in. He is your Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game. We will step aside, talk things over with some of the Mets when we come back from an extended break, giving them a few moments to get up here. Don't forget, after this stream concludes, we will start a new one here on the GRBL channel for the Republic Locos against the Nixa Suckers. But back with some Springfield Metropolitans when we come back. 9-5, they get it done today against the Moon City Mavericks. Berger back with you live at US Baseball Park, where the Springfield Metropolitans are winners 9-5. They dispatch of their crosstown foes, the Moon City Mavericks, today, and with the win, Metropolitans improve to 2-1 for the campaign. And most importantly, because they were able to defeat the Moon City Mavericks, they get the advantage in that always important head-to-head criteria category. So with that, the Springfield Metropolitans are in first place in the GRBL North. We welcome in Chris Matlock and Tyler Rusk, who just fist bumped at that news. Guys, yeah, how does that sound? First place in the North Division.
That's a good thing, for sure.
Yeah, definitely feels good to start off like that.
So guys, a little bit of back and forth, and the Mavericks were able to give you a scare, but just kind of talk me through the atmosphere down in Mets camp as this game went on. Were you ever worried?
I mean, I was definitely struggling a little bit. I probably should have just went 3 or 4, but we're trying to set up Clay to finish it and allow him to get an inning. I probably went one more than I should have because the arm's a little tired and sore. So
well, it was 4 very good innings, Chris Matlock, and all's well that ends well with the victory. I mean, let's talk about the way you're swinging the bats. 2 for 4 today. They did go E6 back in the second inning, but a couple of no-doubt singles. So don't look now, but you're hitting 500 again.
Hey, I'll take it.
And then talk me through the barehanded play at third base. I mean, my word.
I didn't know if I had time, and then I realized I had time, and it worked out. That's all that matters.
Well, Tyler Rusk, talk me through what you saw in that play when the guy who was pitching all of a sudden barehands one and then throws a dart.
Yeah, well, I knew I had to at least give it a good effort to, all that effort he put into that, definitely try to give him the out, and then I was worried about his hand,
Well, he's got a couple of weeks to heal because you guys do get Labor Day off. So
wonderful.
You gonna go head down to the lake?
I would say I'll probably be there a few days.
All right, I'll try to avoid the parts of the lake you're on. How about that? So Tyler, you are the one true rookie on this Springfield Mets team. Everybody else has got some experience in this league. So what has that been like for you, having plenty of guys perhaps to give you some input? Some of it good, some of it probably a little more interesting.
Well, I mean, it's all been good. Every little bit I can learn from them. It definitely helps. I struggle, as you see, at the first AB against these pitchers, but being able to go in and, ask them about what, those pitchers got and make an adjustment from there, it seemed to be helping me pretty well.
So 4 hits in 3 games and playing some pretty good defense as well. That's pretty dynamite rookie stuff, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I'm just blessed to be on the field, and getting another opportunity after about 8 years of not playing. So
it's been like, when was the last time you feel like you played an organized baseball game at Central Methodist? Was that?
It probably would have been the end of 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So because I had a kid, my son, January of 16, and so I was already, trying to prepare for that and stuff like that. So I had to basically hang it up and pursue the, being a father.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big change, but I'm glad to get through what I got through and get back on the field and have an opportunity to play the sport I love. So
what did you do just to get ready? Because you came out, I remember you came out to the open workout, and I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he looks the part. I mean, you looked like you were in shape and ready to go.
Well, I just my biggest focus was getting my arm, back in shape, because I did have some arm trouble, towards the end of my career in college. I had surgery to repair that, and so I just really focused on my arm and just getting my body back in some sort of shape to give it a valiant effort, and it paid off, so.
Yeah, then just, what has it meant to you to have, some of these more experienced guys, especially the Chris Matlocks and the Clay Murphys of the world that you get to play behind?
Well, I was telling them both the other day or last week, I enjoy playing behind them. They've got a good command of the zone, good tempo. It's just fun to play. It makes it easy to play defense behind them too. So.
Good enough. So you guys will get the Labor Day break. I'm trying to look here. Yeah, you've got September 10th. This is going to be the next time you're in action. It's a baseball night in the Ozarks game, 6 o'clock. You get to take on the Nixa Suckers, non-divisional, but look out. The Fish have been doing pretty well. They're getting ready to take on the Locos, but they're 2-0 headed into this one, so it'll either be a 2-1 against a 3-0 or a 2-1 against a 3-1, or a 2-1 against a 2-1. Should be a pretty good tussle either way.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anytime we can strap them on and play, you know, it'll be a good one.
So Chris, you know, they've got the Suckers have got Logan Wiley and Josh Engler, but you know you're a 500 hitter now. Hey. You fear no one.
I think that's just my approach. Is just I just go out there and swing, and if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, you know, the worst I can do is strike out, which I did.
I feel like
takes the pressure off of you.
Yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Nothing wrong with a little feast or famine. You know, it's I don't always hit it, but if I do get a hold of it, it's going a long way.
I'm gonna hit it. I hope. That's the goal every time. Is just not strike out.
Nothing all wrong with that. Well, it looks like the Springfield Mets are having fun and winning some games, and you guys have been fun to watch the last couple of weeks.
Good. We love playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Good luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Tyler Rusk, Chris Matlock, the Springfield Mets, 9-5, defeating the Moon City Mavericks today. That's going to chase us up here. We will shut down this stream. We will come back with a new stream in just a few minutes right here on the Grip and Rip Baseball League channel. Nixa Suckers and Republic Locos right after this. Until then, I'm Rance Berger. Good afternoon from Ozark, Missouri.